A, what does everybody take out of it? But B, Dan Campbell's making a decision that some people will like and some people won't. And it's a decision to play the starters. And this debate is as old as time. Certain players don't play a single snap, like an Aaron Rodgers, just doesn't play at all. Tom Brady doesn't play at all. Other teams, they believe in, hey, we have to get reps. We have to put our people on the field. We feel it gives us an advantage, and responsibly get them enough snaps as we prepare for the season. And I struggle with it. But Dan Campbell says he wants to play his guys about a quarter tonight. So I wanted to start with this versus telling you openly that I don't care about the results. I'm not trying to bleep in the punch bowl. I'm not trying to ruin your Friday night. Don't take it that way. I have a long-standing tradition of not valuing the preseason because the truth is it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is don't get hurt. Like last night, if you're taking something out of the way Malik Willis played, you're wrong. I'll just tell you you're wrong. So, look, the decision to play your starters. I think if you're a Super Bowl team, you don't do it. You've got a Stafford. You've got Allen Robinson, Cooper Kupp. You've got, you know the names, right? If you're the Buffalo Bills, you probably don't do it. I think at most, you give your guys a series or two in the third game, and that's it. But if you're a young team like the Lions are, and we saw this with Hard Knocks, they're young, they're building a culture, they are trying to build a relationship, a belief. I actually can wrap my mind around it. And I'm saying this now to you. So it's on the record. And when we come on the air, if and when they lose somebody to injury, I'm not going to shred Campbell. I'm not going to shred the team. I see both sides. I think if I were a coach, I'd probably opt to not play my guys. I think you can get the physicality, go, obviously within the realm of the limits, get them in pads. We're going to do this right. But as far as losing my guys in an exhibition, I'm not allowing it. But I understand what Campbell's doing. So I want to know, and look, Kenny's Captain Lions on this show. I want to know what you think. My Giants played their starters for a bit last night. New coach, a lot of new faces, new systems, and he played for basically the first quarter. And Daniel Jones got pummeled. He got hit 3 times really hard. If one of those turned out to be a broken collarbone, the Giants season is behind the 8 ball before it even begins. So I'm just giving you an example. I want to know where you're at with it. Are you okay playing your starters for a quarter tonight? Are you vehemently in disagreement? You just don't believe in it philosophically? Or hey, guess what, guys? If you're in the middle and you go, I didn't even know the game was on tonight, I respect it. Because I'll be open with you. Preseason football, it's, you turn it on, you're hyped up, you're excited, it's football. I see helmets, I see players, 6 plays from scrimmage, and you're going, yeah, I can't do this. That's just reality. It's a very difficult watch. There are no schemes. There are no game plans. It's all vanilla. The defense is going to come out and just cover 2 shell. No blitzes. It's just very stagnant. But I understand if you're excited, and I wanted to approach this in a way that we could at least have a conversation without serving you the poo-poo platter, which, by the way, is an incredibly underrated Chinese food selection. What, Dave, you're laughing?
Because you're right, but
it's underrated. It's almost like when you were in college or high school. It's like the Applebee's sampler of Chinese food or the TGI Fridays sampler. The poo-poo platter's got it all. Well, and I say this because I went home to New York last week, and we have proper Chinese food.
And you had the...
Oh, yeah. The poo-poo platter? Dude, the Chinese wings, unbelievable. Just disgraceful. It comes with the wings, the spare ribs, rangoons. They even throw little chicken skewers in there. The poo-poo platter's undefeated. And so's not playing your starters in the preseason.
Never lost.
That's the comparison. Never lost. What's your viewpoint on this? Like, you're a Steelers guy. Do you want to see Najee Harris?
Najee Harris, no. Kenny Pickett, yes.
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson, no.
Okay, so you're going to be...
T.J. Watt, no. I don't need to see those guys.
So hold on. This is important. We're developing our 3 silos. You want no one to play. You want some people to play. You want everyone to play. There are your 3 silos. David's in the selective enforcement phase.
Correct, because talking about my team, there's been a buzz of George Pickens. Well, I'm not going to get happy until I see him against other talent, other teams. So a preseason game is what I want to see him in.
See, I was excited about him pre-draft because the young man's talent is off the charts. He just didn't play. Injuries really got him. But can I tell you what he looks like? And please don't laugh at me and don't hold me to this.
Sure.
When I see him in that Steelers uniform, he reminds me of a young Plaxico Burress.
You know what? That's not far off there.
It's the same style of ball. He's super lanky. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's the attitude
and
that I like.
And it's the Steelers always drafting good wide receivers. Always.
Yeah, no matter what they have, they always take one in the second, third round.
It's like the only one who stunk was James Washington.
And it was just dropping balls. He still had talent. He just couldn't stay on because he was dropping balls.
But everything else has worked.
Correct.
So, no, I love the Pickens reset.
So, yeah, overall, my theory is, some guy.
Kenny, where are you at? No one, some people, or all the people?
I think some people, and I think those some people start with the offensive line who hadn't played it all together last season. That was the biggest critique of the O-line this year.
Rookies.
Is rookies, and they haven't played together.
Okay.
So that fixes that. And also Jeff Okudah. He needs to prove that he's a first-string corner. Beyond that, and maybe Aiden Hutchinson for, like, a series, just so we can see what he looks like.
I'm going to tell you something. You touched on the one player that I think it is more important, like everything that takes place tonight is important for him, is Jeff Okudah. And I don't take a lot out of preseason. I don't take anything. However, Okudah, 2 years, injuries. When he's healthy, he stinks. He's not healthy often. This is it. I actually think Kenny has hit on one thing that would be important tonight.
If he can prove he's a starter in the NFL, forget high draft pick. If he can prove that he's a starter, that's good enough for me. And preseason football, yeah, you bet your ass you better be out there. You have so much to prove and so little time to do it.
20, 30 good snaps for him. God forbid a good play or two. I think the Okudah thing does make sense. But I want to know where the people are at. Campbell's going to play the starters a quarter tonight. I'm not going to freak out. I don't love it, but I get it. I get it based on the team he's coaching. I wouldn't get it if, I don't know, excuse me, if the Green Bay Packers did it. Like if Aaron Rodgers were out there for a quarter. It wouldn't make sense to me. This is a little different. 248-539-9797. Get Ray and Commerce involved. What's up, Raymond?
Not too much, Mr. Valenti. Good to talk to you as always. Pumped for the Lions football tonight. And I pretty much agree with what you're saying. I think you bring up a lot of good points, especially with the fact that, you just need reps. And I go back to, I'm not sure if they did this, the NFL did this before, like they went down to 3 preseason games or not. But you've got, teams out there that, would not play their starters in the preseason, and then all of a sudden week 1, week 2, they're looking dead. And to be quite honest, I think the first 2 weeks between the Commanders and between the Eagles, I think those are so important for the Lions that we have to be almost in midseason form by the time that we get there. So if the starters don't, play more than a couple of series, what is that going to do for the starters? There's just going to be no chemistry.
Right. And look, I mean, the flip side of it is, Baltimore last year. 3rd preseason game, and there's J.K. Dobbins playing a ton, blows out his knee. And that really put a damper on their season, all due respect to the Gus Bus, Mr. Edwards. Like, it's just, Ray, I totally understand it because reality is you can't predict injuries. You don't know when it's going to happen. I mean, Saquon Barkley's season basically ended last year stepping on someone's foot in a bizarre, weird falling play. And other times it's way more obvious. But, yeah, I think for a young team, they're trying to build a culture. They're trying to get on the same page. Play them for a quarter. You don't have an Aaron Rodgers. You don't have no, all jokes aside, you don't have Matt Stafford. You don't have this group that's gone. Like, for instance, if I were coaching the Niners, would any of my starters play? No. The only one I would play, believe it or not, might be Trey Lance, because the man has barely played football the last 2 seasons. And I still have Jimmy Garoppolo.
See, that's the thing. And you said it. They do still have Jimmy G, but I think they may see enough in practice of him
Maybe.
to know what they have. And
Maybe.
I understand what you're saying, though, because in real game action,
He played
it is different.
1 game in 2020 and 2 games last year. It may sound stupid, but to get him 100 snaps in the preseason, and I can dictate that he won't get hit, Trey, you're not running around, okay?
It helps that you have Jimmy G, though, because if he gets hurt or
Right.
nicked up, you can say, well,
No.
we're back to Jimmy.
If Jimmy G disappears, Trey
Yes.
Lance goes in the bubble wrap. So I guess that's the deal. But they're a team that's had massive success. The Lions haven't. So maybe the rules do change for a team that's trying to build something. 248-539-9797. If you want to rap too about just, hey, preseason, what do you take out of it? Scale of 1 to 5. I'm a 0. I mean, DeAndre Swift could have 700 yards tonight. It wouldn't impact me at all. Jared Goff could throw 3 99-yard touchdowns. It makes no difference to me. Kenny, you looked very aroused at that prospect.
Don't get me excited now.
I know.
Don't get me excited
Listen,
now.
I'll look like you when Jamison Williams hits the field.
That's kind of